So we've been gone for a little bit since we've been exploring Las Vegas for a bit, and we've gotten a lot of mail. So I figured we'll show a bit of it. Should I throw this? Let's check it out. Now, PICHI has come out with some pretty cool things in the past, but this is their new X2 Multitool, and I think you'll like this one too. It comes in a nice leather sheath, and it does have a deep carry pocket clip here, so you know that when I attach it on the side, it ain't going nowhere, but it's what's inside that's the real magic. And while it looks like your typical pry bar wrench, there's actually a ton of different tools that are installed in it that you just can't see. First up being this serrated blade, perfect for cutting any kind of wood, and it is secured by a frame lock, so you know that it won't be coming and slipping out anytime it's in your pocket. Now over on this end, you do have a bottle opener and a pry bar, which is perfect for when you get in those sticky situations. You also have this optional port that you can attach magnetic bits to. That way you can actually use this as a Phillips head or even a screwdriver. But my favorite is this. It's like a crab claw, but cooler. Now in actuality, this is an adjustable wrench that can fit to any size, so you can simply just slap it onto a screw, tighten, and torque away. My finger got stuck. Wow, it actually works. Now this one's pretty cool. This is from New Things Lab, and it's their MEMO wallet, and it has a pretty cool feature that some of you might like. So as the name suggests, it is a wallet. You can fit up to 6 cards at a time, but what's really nice is that when you shake this up and down, it actually doesn't fall out. Now the cool part's inside because, well, bam, it's a whole whiteboard. You can pretty much use this to take any kind of notes. As you can see, I have my most important ones here, and when you're done, close it up, and you can fit this in your pocket. Now the MEMO wallet itself is made of an all-metal design, meaning it can take a certain level of beating, and with the hollowed out slot just to fit a dry erase pen. So whenever you do have a good idea, you could pretty much go ahead and jot it right down into your wallet. Now it does have magnetic closing hinges, so you don't have to worry about it flying open as well. And because it comes in a slim profile, fitting this in your bag or even your pocket is a lot easier than you think. And when you're done, you can simply erase it all with that magic erase at the end, and you're good as new. Now this is Imalent's LD35, and it's pretty much an EDC flashlight that can fit in your pocket, except it has its own charging case. Now the light itself is pretty small, but actually packs a decent punch. And when I say decent, I mean 1200 lumens of power, which can pretty much light up this entire studio. Now it does have different modes starting at 5 lumens, which means you can get a pretty decent battery life straight from the light, but when you do run out of charge, you can simply place it back in the case, and it actually can extend the battery life all over again. Now it does attach magnetically, so it won't be going anywhere anytime soon. And the cover itself is also magnetic, so you can simply tuck it away. And now you have an entire case and system just for your flashlight. All right, so we did get this cool thing in from Aerocrafted, and it's like pretty much a miniature pen. Well, we call it a pocket pen. But what's really nice is the fact that it's all made of titanium. Now this is Aerocrafted's Contrail pen, and it's pretty much a pocket-sized pen that can fit in your pocket. Did you know though that it can fit in your pocket? It does have a deep carry clip on the side here, but they do have a lanyard version. But what's really nice is the fact that because it is CNC machined, it has a perfect fitment. And when I say that she fits just right, I mean she fits just right. Because even when attached, this end is not coming off. Now, unlike what most of you think, this can actually be refilled by simply twisting off the bottom here and just replacing it with another cartridge. Just don't lose that spring though. Now, because I am usually the cameraman, this one's probably my favorite out of the entire video today, just because it's a tiny camera. This is the PocketCam by Tombogo, and it's literally a small and tiny camera. And yeah, it's totally clear. You can see right through into the components, which has been a trend lately, but that's not even my favorite part because you can actually play some real games on this. They have a ton of featured games installed on the device, so while you can take pictures and video, you can also play your games too. And if you thought that was all, it's also a music player. Now, is it the greatest quality? No, but for something that's fun, tiny, and definitely something I would bring to a party, I'm gonna be transparent with you and give this a 10 out of 10. Get it? Because it's transparent. Now, if you haven't noticed, there's actually an eyepiece, but it actually doubles as a secondary selfie cam. So you could pretty much take selfies without even having to face the camera away. All right, on to the next one. Now this is exactly what you think, but with a slight twist. This is the Ferrata from Sunski, and it looks like your regular pair of glasses, except you can have some sunshade for your side too. Blocking out all those holes. Yeah, it's actually really dark. Now these glasses are a lightweight design, but because it is all metal, they are pretty durable as well. But what makes them really unique is the fact that they have their own side covers here that can be flipped open and they're attached magnetically. So if you do get some annoying sun from the sides, you can now block it all off and have that tunnel vision. Something that also makes this unique is their leather banding on the front here, which has a unique design, but also adds a little flair of vintage. And when you're all done, you can simply just flip it over and back and pack it all away right back into the case. And you know, they put a lot of detail because they have their own design printed on the inside of their case, which means you know it's for the cool people only. Now we're only opening this because our current cameraman here really wanted to open it. But this is Keychron's new K12 Max. And like the rest of them, it's a mechanical keyboard, except it's super, super thin. Super thin. Now, because these are low profile switches, it does allow you to have a thinner profile. And if you do like the MacBook keyboards, this is probably as close as you can get, but with a mechanical touch. You know what I really like? Is the fact that the keys go right up to the edge here, so you have almost no silhouette of the actual frame, and it looks like it's just keys. That's a nice effect. But speaking of effects, it does have RGB. Now because it is a 96% keyboard, you do have the additional numpad on the side, and they do squeeze it in a bit just for a more unique style and uniform look. You do have these flipped stands on the end here too, so you can adjust it to whatever your wrist likes. I like mine at max for optimal gaming experience. Now because of its thin profile, you can pretty much take this anywhere you go, and it is quite light even though it does have an aluminum frame, working with both Mac and Windows as well as Android and iOS. Such an interesting combo. And, ooh, like you mentioned earlier, they did think about the Squid Games. For those of you know, you know. So while we've been gone, we actually got a ton of cases, but these just might be my favorite just because of how they look. Now they do come in a ton of different profiles, this one being the thinner one coming in a green and black colorway. But what's really nice is that they have a nice soft touch on the inside, just so that your iPhone knows that it's still loved. We also have a couple clear ones as well for those that like to see their Apple logo, and it does come in a protective and even more protective case. And then we finally have one of my favorites coming in a Aramid, I don't know how these kids pronounce it these days, but they come in this cool matte carbon fiber, and you know how I love carbon fiber, unlike our actual host. But what's really nice is that they have the touch capacitive button on the side that still works. Is it working? So while this is a protective and thick case, you still have the functionality of your touch button, and with this cool carbon design, this just might be my favorite. You also do have some responsive buttons for that nice click. What do you think? Which one's your favorite? Now this is probably the thinnest bag you'll ever see. Literally, I can flatten it to the table. Now this is the Azimuth pack from Aught Design, and it's pretty much a super low profile bag that can fit in your pocket. JK, I don't have that deep pockets. Now all over the bag it does have an X-Pack material, meaning it's also waterproof and splash proof. You also have two front zip pockets here, one being for a water bottle and the other giving you full access to the main compartment. But if you wanted to access the bag like a regular person, you can still do that. It does have a top mesh compartment, so you can still put things you want access to right away. But what's really cool is that they have attachments for a bladder, so you can run a tube right through the bag and onto your strap. Now what's really cool is that once you pack your bag, you actually have these two tie downs on the side that allow you to conform the bag to whatever's inside. and help keep things nice and organized. Wow, it actually looks like a regular bag now. And because it is so thin, it has a nice lightweight design, so it kind of feels like I'm carrying nothing. Now, we've been waiting for this for a long time, and it finally came in. So we figured we'll open this with you. And so the entire thing is covered in the word Kith. Inside you have a complete set of Mahjong tiles, and yeah, they all say Kith on it. Talk about branding. Look at that. Some custom chips as well. Green colorway, a red, and even a yellow. See? Wow. Look at that. That's some level of detail right there. You also have these custom dies here that say Kith. I feel like I shouldn't be holding any of this right now. And while I don't exactly know how to play, it's pretty cool to see. Inside it has a full suede interior, and yes, it is super soft. Does it say Kith Mahjong? Very fancy. How much do you think this costs? That's about it though. Let us know in the comments down below if you want to see a video on another Blackout accessory video, or if you want to see an Android video. But I rest my fancy glasses.